Good morning, students. So in this class we will discuss further classification of crystalline solids. In the previous class we have discussed types of solids. We have two types of solids, that is crystalline solids and amorphous solids, and also we have discussed some characteristics properties of crystalline solids and amorphous solids. Based on those properties, so we can differentiate between crystalline solids and amorphous solids. So in this class we will discuss further classification of crystalline solids. So these crystalline solids are again further classified into four types based upon the nature of the constituent particles as well as the type of the bond, which is nothing but the type of intermolecular forces which is present between constituent particles. So in this class we will discuss further classification of crystalline solids. These crystalline solids are further classified into four types as molecular solids, second one ionic solids, third one metallic solids, and fourth one covalent or network solids. Covalent or network solids. So this is a further classification of crystalline solids. Clear? So these crystalline solids are further classified into how many types? Four types, which means that these crystalline solids are further divided into four types. ಯಾವ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? Based upon the nature of the constituent particles as well as based upon the type of the bond present between those constituent particles. Clear? Constituent particles of the matter ಅಥವಾ constituent particles of the solid is nothing but ಆ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಆಟಮ್ಸ್, ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ದೋಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಯಾವ ಅಣುಗಳಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಪರಮಾಣುಗಳಿಂದ ಮಾಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಆ ಅಣು ಅಥವಾ ಪರಮಾಣುಗಳನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So based upon the type of the constituent particles as well as the based upon the bond present between those constituent particles, these crystalline solids are further classified into four types as molecular solids, ionic solids, metallic solids, covalent or network solids ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay. So all these names itself self-explanatory, the constituent particles of these solids. ಈ ನೇಮ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೇ so easily we can say which are the constituent particles are present in all these respective types of crystalline solids. So in molecular solids, the constituent particles are atoms ಅಥವಾ molecules. So in molecular solids, the constituent particles are either molecules or atoms. It is nothing but the molecules are the constituent particles which are present in molecular type of solids. Similarly, ions are the constituent particles in ionic solids. So which means that these ionic solids consist of ions as the constituent particles, positively charged ions ಅಥವಾ negatively charged ions, which means that in these ionic solids consist of constituent particles which are namely positively charged ions and negatively charged ions. It means that ions are the constituent particles in ionic solids. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ so positively charged ions of the metals are the constituent particles in metallic solids. So in these metallic solids constituent particles ಯಾವತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ positively charged metal ions are considered as constituent particles of such type of solids. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ So the covalent atoms are the constituent particles which are bounded by the covalent bond in a three-dimensional arrangement. Such type of the crystalline solids are what we are going to call. We are going to call it as covalent solids or network solids anta karitivi. So we will discuss in detail all these molecular solids, ionic solids, metallic solids as well as covalent solids. Clear? This is the further classification of crystalline solids. Yav base mele hedri, based upon the type of the constituent particles, based upon the nature of the constituent particles as well as the nature of intermolecular forces present between the constituent particles. These crystalline solids are again further subdivided into four types as molecular solids, ionic solids, metallic solids, covalent or network solids. So simple. If molecules or atoms are the constituent particles, such type of the crystalline solids are called as what? Molecular solids. So if ions are the constituent particles, such type of the crystalline solids are called as what? Ionic solids. Positively charged metal ions ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ such type of the crystalline solids are called as metallic solids. ಸೊ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ವಿತ್ ಕೋಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ದಿಂದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ such type of the crystalline solids are called as what? Covalent solids ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ we will discuss one by one. So in that first one, molecular solids. Molecular solids. In these solids, so atoms are molecules or constituent particles. Clear? So in case of molecular solids, atoms or molecules are the constituent particles. So these molecular solids are again further divided into three types. That is non-polar molecular solids. Second one, polar molecular solids. Next, third type, hydrogen bonded molecular solids. Okay, this is the further classification of molecular solids. So these molecular solids are further classified into three types as non-polar molecular solids, polar molecular solids and hydrogen bonded molecular solids. ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಯಾವ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಂಡ್ present between constituent particles. Based upon the nature of the bond ಅಥವಾ nature of the intermolecular forces present between these molecules, these molecular solids are again further classified into three types. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. So based upon the chemical bond or intermolecular forces present between these molecular solids are further classified as non-polar molecular solids, polar molecular solids and hydrogen bonded molecular solids. So for example, you ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. In hydrogen bonded molecular solids, the type of the chemical bond ಯಾವ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. The hydrogen bond is present between constituent particles or the hydrogen bond is present between in these molecules. Such type of the molecular solids are called as hydrogen bonded molecular solids. So just ಇಲ್ಲಿ hydrogen bond present ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ this type of the molecular solids are called as what? Hydrogen bonded molecular solids. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ polar molecular solids means, so in this type of molecular solids, polar molecules are present, which means that positively charged poles as well as negatively charged ions. So such type of molecular solids are called as polar molecular solids. So polar molecules are the constituent particles in polar molecular solids. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾನ್ polar molecules are the constituent particles in non-polar molecular solids. So just based upon the nature of the bond or based upon the nature of intermolecular forces present between these molecular solids are classified as non-polar molecular solids, polar molecular solids, and hydrogen bonded molecular solids. So we will discuss in that first one, that is non-polar molecular solids. Non-polar molecular solids. So in these non-polar molecular solids, constituent particles are non-polar molecules. Non-polar molecules such as hydrogen molecule, chlorine molecule. So such type of the molecules ಏನಾದರೂ solids ಅಲ್ಲಿ crystalline solids ಅಲ್ಲಿ present ಇದ್ರೆ, those crystalline solids ಅಥವಾ molecular solids are called as what? Non-polar molecular solids ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So in these non-polar molecular solids, these molecules are held together by weak intermolecular forces or weak chemical bond is present between these molecules in case of non-polar molecular solids. It means that, so in non-polar molecular solids, a weak chemical bond is present between the molecules athwa constituent particles, weak intermolecular forces. Weak intermolecular forces or weak chemical bond is present between these molecules. Weak chemical bond is nothing but that is a London force, that is also considered as one of the weak chemical bond. Since weak intermolecular forces is present between these molecules and the constituent particles are non-polar in nature. Polar ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, those molecules are called as polar molecules. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಪೋಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, those molecules what we are going to call it as, those molecules are considered as non-polar molecules. Suppose in molecular solids, non-polar molecules are the constituent particles, then that type of the molecular solids are called as what? Non-polar molecular solids. What we are discussing? Further classification of molecular solids based upon the nature of the chemical bond or based upon the intermolecular forces present between these molecules. In that we are discussing non-polar molecular solids. What are non-polar molecular solids? These are the molecular solids in which non-polar molecules are the constituent particles which are held together by weak chemical bond or weak intermolecular forces. Such type of crystalline solids or molecular solids are called as what? So that is non-polar molecular solids. So second one, polar molecular solids. Polar molecular solids. So in polar molecular solids, again here the term itself self-explanatory, the definition or the clear explanation of this type of crystalline solids. Polar molecular solids are the molecular solids or crystalline solids in which polar molecules are the constituent particles of their matter, that is of their solids. So in those solids, if the polar molecules are present as constituent particles, then such type of molecular solids are called as what? Polar molecular solids anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ. For example, you can take ice or you can take solid sulfur dioxide or you can take ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಗ್ಯಾಸಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ particularly I am mentioning solid sulfur dioxide, solid hydrogen chloride. So for example, in solid hydrogen chloride you can observe the poles, so H plus and Cl minus. So ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ you can take the hydrogen fluoride, that is H plus and F minus. So in these solids, for example in solid hydrogen chloride, the hydrogen chloride consists of two charges, that is positive charge and negative charge. Therefore these molecules are called as polar molecules. Those molecules which possess charges, that is nothing but poles, positive pole and negative pole, such type of the molecules are called as what? Polar molecules. If polar molecules are present as the constituent particles of the matter, then that type of the solids are called as polar molecular solids ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ molecular solids. So hydrogen bonded molecular solids, in these molecular solids or in this type of molecular solids, hydrogen bond is present between the molecules or constituent particles. If the molecules are held together by strong bond such as hydrogen bond, then that type of the molecular solids are called as what? ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನ್ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಕ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್, ವೆರಾಸ್ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ these molecules are held together by strong chemical bonds such as a dipole-dipole interaction. So for example, dipole-dipole interaction, it is one type of strong intermolecular interaction. So in case of polar molecular solids, a strong chemical bonding such as dipole-dipole interaction is present between the constituent particles. Since the oppositely charged particles irodrinda, so the oppositely charged ions are strongly attracted. Since due to the attraction between these two oppositely charged ions, so these molecules are held together by strong chemical bonds such as dipole-dipole interaction. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ the molecules are held together by strong chemical bond that is considered as hydrogen bond. So for example, you can take ice. So ice are the solid form of water. So hydrogen H2O. So just this H2O I will split up and write as two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. So in ice, which consists of a large number of water molecules, that is H, next oxygen and hydrogen. So here you can represent hydrogen and oxygen. Clear? So in this type of molecular solids, these molecules are held together by a type of the chemical bond that is called as hydrogen bond. If hydrogen bond is present between the constituent particles, or if the hydrogen bond is present between the molecules, then that type of molecular solids are called as what? Hydrogen bonded molecular solids. Hydrogen bonded molecular solids. In these molecular solids, the molecules are bonded with hydrogen bond, then that type of the molecular solids are called as what? Hydrogen bonded molecular solids anta karitare. So this is the further classification of molecular solids based upon the type of the molecules present in the molecular solid, as well as the type or the nature of the chemical bond present between the constituent particles, which are nothing but molecules. ಆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಯಾವ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಆಧಾರದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ these molecular solids are further divided as non-polar molecular solids. These are nothing but molecular solids which are held together by weak intermolecular interaction, and the non-polar molecules are the constituent particles. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ polar molecular solids are the molecular solids or type of crystalline solids in which polar molecules are the constituent particles which are held together by strong intermolecular forces or strong chemical bond such as dipole interaction. The type of molecular solids are called as polar molecular solids. This you can easily follow, this you can easily understand. Hydrogen bonded molecular solids are the type of molecular solids. In these molecular solids, molecules are held together by hydrogen bond. Athwa so simple, if the hydrogen bond is present between the molecules, then that type of the molecular solids are called as what? Hydrogen bonded molecular solids anta karitare. Clear? So this is the further classification of molecular solids into three types as non-polar molecular solids, polar molecular solids and hydrogen bonded molecular solids. It is one type of crystalline solids, that is molecular solids. So next we will go for the second type of crystalline solids, that is ionic solids. Clear? So next we will discuss second type of crystalline solids, that is ionic solids. Ionic solids. What are molecular solids? These are the crystalline solids in which atoms or molecules are the constituent particles. Similarly, now we can define what are ionic solids. These are the crystalline solids in which ions are the constituent particles of the matter, or ions are the constituent particles of the solids, that is the positively charged ion and negatively charged ion, or in other words cations and anions are the constituent particles of the solids. Then that type of the crystalline solids are called as what? Enanta karitivi? Ionic solids anta karitivi. So in this type of crystalline solids, ions are the constituent particles. Ions are the constituent particles. So for example, we will take a common example, that is sodium chloride. You can take NaCl, or you can take magnesium oxide, or you can take zinc sulfide, or you can take cesium chloride. You can take any salt. So any crystalline salt you can take. So in all these solids, so these solids are made up of positively charged ions as well as negatively charged ions. Ions antakanta term barta ide illi. So therefore the constituent particles present in this type of crystalline solids yavadu ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? Ions are the constituent particles in ionic solids. For example, take sodium chloride. Sodium chloride, so split up ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ on ionization gives Na plus and Cl minus, positively charged ion and negatively charged ion, or cation and anion. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ then that type of molecular solids are called as what? ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ? ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ನೋ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್, then those solids are called as what? ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ? ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ. So for example, in sodium chloride, the constituent ions or the constituent particles are Na plus and Cl minus. So these ions are the constituent particles of the matter or solids. Therefore this types of solids are called as what? ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ? ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ. Or you can take the magnesium oxide ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, MgO, magnesium oxide chemical formula MgO. This magnesium oxide on ionization gives Mg2 plus ion and O2 minus ion. This one 2 cancel ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಡ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ Mg2 2 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ O2 ಬರೆಯ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಬರೆದಿರಿ MgO ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಮೆಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದ್ಯಾವುದಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಂ ಅಯಾನ್ ಇದೆ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್. Ions are the constituent particles of the solids. Therefore, these types of the solids are called as what? ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ? Ionic solids ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ. Therefore, finally, how we can define or what is the conclusion you can draw from this explanation? Ionic solids are the crystalline solids in which ions are the constituent particles of the solids. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ Na+ ಅಯಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ Cl- ಅಯಾನ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲೈನ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೆಟಾಲಿಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್. Metallic solids. This also you can easily understand. So that is positively charged metal ion is the constituent particles of this type of crystalline solids. That is positive ion of metal atom is the constituent particles of this type of solids. If positive ions are present as constituent particles of the solids, then those solids are called as metallic solids anta karitare. It means that, so in this type of solids, the positively charged ions are considered as constituent particles. In these types of solids you can take, for metallic solids you can take any example. You can take an example of, so copper, solid copper thodri, or you can take a solid gold metal thodri. All these are the examples for this is metallic solids. So in these metallic solids, the constituent particle is positively charged metal ion. So this positively charged metal ion, which is surrounded by a large number of negatively charged ions, those are also called as electrons. Since a large number of negatively charged ions are surrounded, so around the positively charged metal atom, so these large number of the ions are collectively called as what? ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ? sea of electrons ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ. sea of electrons. Clear? Okay. So just we'll recall one more time. What are metallic solids? These are the crystalline solids in which positively charged metal ions are the constituent particles of the solids. Suppose ಏನಾದರೂ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಜರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ then those crystalline solids are called as metallic solids. You can take any metal like copper metal ಆದರೂ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, gold metal ಆದರೂ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ. So I can take the iron metal. So all those types of the solids are considered as, so what type of the solids? Those are considered as metallic solids ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ. So in these metallic solids, a positively charged metal ion is the constituent particle. That positively charged metal ion which is surrounded by a large number of negatively charged ions, those are also called as electrons. Instead of using the term large ಅಥವಾ many number of electrons, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ಟರ್ಮ್ sea of electrons, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರೌಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as metallic solids. Metallic solids are those solids, or metallic solids are crystalline solids in which positively charged metal ions are the constituent particles. These positively charged metal ions, those are also called as kernel anta karitiri. These positively charged metal ions are also called as kernel. So this positively charged metal ion which is surrounded by a large number of electrons, those many number of the electrons are also called as sea of electrons anta karitiri. So this types of crystalline solids are called as what ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? metallic solids ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So the common properties of the metallic solids ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. These are good conductor of heat as well as electricity. one of the property of metallic solids, that is these are a good conductor of or the good thermal conductivity as well as electrical conductivity. These are good conductor of heat as well as electricity. And one more very familiar and important property of metallic solids, so they are malleable and ductile. See, so these metallic solids are malleable and ductile. It means that this solid metallic piece we can convert into thin sheets as well as we can convert into long wires. So this process is called as malleability as well as ductility anta karitivi. The process of converting the solid form of the metal into thin sheet by hammering, that process is called as malleability, and that property of the substance is called as malleability, or that is also called as malleable anta karitivi. And ductility property, that is nothing but a process of converting solid form of the metal into long wire, then that process is called as ductility, and the property is called as ductile anta karitivi. Yav riti tamella sheets ella observation ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. So that's it, iron metal that is on hammering which is converted into thin sheets, ಅಥವಾ copper wire ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ electricity ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, so those are copper wires. Those copper wires are manufactured by hammering of the solid form of metals. ಆ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹ್ಯಾಮರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸೊ ಬಡಿದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಸೊ ವೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸೀಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ದೋಸ್ ಸೀಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾಮರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್. So that is, these are the two properties of metallic solids, the crystalline solids. In that is the metallic solids. These are a good conductor of heat as well as electricity, which allows a passage of electricity as well as heat. So these metallic solids are malleable and ductile, which is nothing but these metallic solids we can convert into the thin sheets as well as long wires by a particular process, just by hammering. That you can easily observe. This is a third type of crystalline solids, that is metallic solids. So first we discussed molecular solids, so later we discussed ionic solids and metallic solids. What is the remaining? The last one, that is covalent or network solids. The fourth type of so crystalline solid, that is covalent or network solids. Covalent solids are network solids. See, covalent bond is present between in these solids, which means that so these solids ದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಯಾವುದು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲೈನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್, and these atoms are held together by covalent bond in three-dimensional arrangement or in three-dimensional manner. So for this you can give an example, that is diamond as well as graphite. These two are the allotropic forms of carbon. So allotropic forms of the carbon, the best allotropic forms of carbon, that is diamond, graphite and fullerenes are considered as allotropic forms of carbon, which means that so in these so substances same chemical composition is present, that is carbon is the elemental composition, whereas the arrangement of those carbon particles are arranged in different manner. The obtained substances athwa molecules are called as allotropes anta karitivi. That we already discussed in the PVC first year in P block elements. P block elements chapter dalli already discussion ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Here we will focus only, that is covalent or network solids. Network solids ಅಂತ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, here in this types of solids constituent particles are arranged in layer by layer arrangement ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ this types of the crystalline solids are also called as network solids or covalent solids ಅಂತ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the type of the chemical bond present in this crystalline solid that is covalent bond is present between the molecules ಅಥವಾ atoms ಅಥವಾ constituent particles ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ. Therefore these types of the crystalline solids are also called as covalent solids or network solids ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. In this type of crystalline solids these constituent particles that is atoms are arranged in a three-dimensional manner or in the three-dimensional system with chemical bond that is called as covalent bond. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ example diamond as well as graphite are the two examples of covalent solids or network solids. This is the complete further classification of crystalline solids based upon the type of the constituent particles present in the crystalline solid as well as based upon the nature of the chemical bond or the type of the chemical bond present in the crystalline solids. So these crystalline solids are classified into four types as molecular solids, ionic solids, metallic solids and covalent solids. Clear? Suppose molecules are the constituent particles of the solids, then those crystalline solids are called as molecular solids. In ionic solids, ions are the constituent particles. In metallic solids, positively charged metal ions are the constituent particles which are surrounded by a many number of electrons. Those are also called as what? Sea of electrons anta karitivi. Whereas in case of that is the covalent or network solids alli atoms are the constituent particles. These atoms are arranged in a three-dimensional manner with a type of the chemical bond that is called as covalent bond anta karitivi. So this is in detail further classification of crystalline solids into four types. ಯಾವ ಆಧಾರದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? based upon the nature of the constituent particles present in the crystalline solids as well as type of the chemical bond present in the crystalline solids. Okay, this is the classification of crystalline solids. Okay, thank you.